So they know about the hybrids.
Yes.
Okay. And you would, I mean, gun to your head right now, you would say absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow.
In this video, we're going to talk about hybrid humans and do they walk amongst us? This is one question that I get asked quite often. People are very interested in the UFO phenomenon, but one thing they really want to know, do hybrid humans walk the earth? From my own experience, I've met quite a few people who identify as a hybrid human, a hybrid alien human. Who am I to say that these people aren't telling the truth? All I can do is just ask questions. And do I believe it? Absolutely. Absolutely I do. Do you believe it? So let's start by finding out a little bit of information on what a hybrid human really is.
Hybrid alien humans are definitely a fascinating topic. There are so many angles to explore, whether it's from a perspective of abduction stories, genetic experiments, or even spiritual evolution. The Anunnaki theory and the concept of fallen angels or ancient visitors kind of shaping our DNA definitely opens up a lot of possibilities for how we see ourselves. It's a cool lens through which to explore human history and mythology.
And could it be possible that there are human hybrids walking around with us today?
It's definitely a possibility that a lot of people love to explore. There are countless stories and theories out there that suggest hybrids could be among us, blending in seamlessly and maybe even influencing our society in subtle ways, whether it's through ancient legends or modern day speculation. One of the most popular ones is definitely the ancient astronaut. Theory would suggest that extraterrestrials like the Anunnaki visited Earth in ancient times and possibly even manipulated human DNA, leading to a hybrid lineage. Another theory involves modern day alien abduction stories where some abductees claim that aliens are continuing these genetic experiments to create hybrids right now. And then there's the more spiritual perspective, right? Where hybrids are seen as starseeds or advanced souls that carry extraterrestrial DNA as part of a cosmic evolution. One of the most prominent theories, often highlighted in shows like Ancient Aliens, suggests that extraterrestrials have visited Earth for millennia and may have interbred with humans, resulting in hybrid lineages that continue to this day. There are also numerous accounts from individuals who claim to have been abducted by extraterrestrials and subjected to reproductive procedures, which they believe are part of a program to create hybrids. These personal accounts often describe encounters with beings who appear to be a blend of human and alien characteristics. The experiences of people who claim to be hybrid aliens are definitely compelling and often deeply personal. Many of them share vivid accounts of their experiences, whether it's through memories of abductions, unusual physical traits, or a strong sense of not quite fitting in. There are indeed several individuals who have come forward with claims of being hybrid alien or having hybrid children. For example, Elizabeth Clara from South Africa claimed in the 1950s that she was contacted by extraterrestrials and even had a child with one. Stan Romanek, an American author, has also claimed that he was abducted by aliens and fathered human-alien hybrid offspring. Additionally, there are cases like Calvin Parker from the famous Pascagoula abduction, where individuals reported being subjected to reproductive procedures and believed that hybrids were created as a result.
They were able to collect DNA from aliens, and that's when they discovered, and this didn't happen in 47, happened later. Probably they had tissue samples or whatever that they've stored, and they were able to recover DNA. And when we discovered how to sequence the human genome, we sequenced the alien DNA, and we discovered that, there are markers in there that look very human. Human hybrids. That what looks like an alien for some reason, has human genetic markers in their DNA, in the genome. The key phrase that Gerald Haynes used was, since World War II, after World War II, we were interested in alien DNA, particularly found in humans. The CIA had a program to trace this alien DNA in certain families in the United States. And he mentioned a particular region that this research occurred in the Northeast United States. He won't go any further than that certain families, and particularly their children, were of interest to CIA. I didn't know what to make of it back then, but you start talking about the GATE program and subsequent studies of children and their capabilities and their abilities to do certain psionic things. That now comes to my mind since that was brought out more recently.
I thought that was pretty interesting that he said not only were they searching for hybrids, but it was a certain family that they were looking for that lived in the Northeast. I wonder what family that could be. Take a guess. And also, the GATE program, which there's been a lot of talk lately, just bringing the GATE program back up. I remember the GATE program as a kid. I was never picked for it, but now we're finding out that it wasn't for gifted and talented. They were possibly, allegedly, they were looking for kids with certain abilities, which would probably link them to being hybrid children.
Not as a child, but as an adult, I've met a lot of people who claim to be hybrids or full-on aliens. So I was at UFOCon in San Francisco, and I met this German woman, this older German woman, very like Bob Monroe, very salt of the earth. She wasn't speaking, and she heard who I was and said, "Oh, it's very interesting." And she wasn't overly enthusiastic about talking about what she wanted to talk about. So it wasn't like she was just lying in wait because she got a Heineck on the line to talk about it. And she just starts talking. And I think I asked her, "What do you do? What are you here for?" And she says, "Oh, well," she took a couple beats and said, I'm a nanny on a spaceship for human hybrid alien babies." I'm like, you and I both heard a lot of hybrid accounts, but this was very matter of fact, workmanlike, a nanny on a spaceship. I'm like, okay. I mean, you can't really startle me at this point, but that's sort of a new sort of workaday take. I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me about this. And she's just matter of factly answering questions. So I thought, let me ask her secondary questions, because I think like the first questions will be, how did it happen? How do you get up there? So I asked her, like, do you have insurance? What are the species? What are your relationships with them? She said they didn't have insurance, but they kind of healed her. And every question I asked, which I thought would be ones that she wouldn't get, even though I don't think she's broadcasting this widely, she just paused for a second and gave me a reflective answer. And it's almost like when you talk to people, they sort of look up one way and they sort of bring back visual memories. It was like that. And it wasn't like, oh, I hadn't thought about that before. It was just like, oh, and just without skipping a beat would just sort of tell me. And it was this very low key delivery. I don't remember if she told me what they were. But one of the things that jumped out at me was that she said, you know, I have grandchildren here. I've fulfilled my purpose. This is meaningful for me. And it was 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And just this super chill, non overly energetic, prosaic accounting of this extraordinary day-to-day event.
So what do you think? Have you had any experience with human hybrids? And do you believe that they actually walk amongst us? Leave it in the comments. Unanswered Universe.